Hey guys, welcome to episode 41 of Pokemon Generation 1. Last we left off, we checked our way through the Victory Road and caught the final legendary bird, Moltres. Now, with that aside, let's take a look at our team that we'll be carrying into the Elite Four. Blastoise, Surf, Blizzard, Bubble Beam, and Earthquake. Raichu, Thunder, Thunderbolt, Surf, Thunder Wave. Alakazam, Psychic, Psybeam, Thunder Wave, and Recover. Machamp, Submission, Mega Kick, Rock Slide, and Earthquake. Flareon, Fire Blast, Hyper Beam, Body Slam, and Double Edge. And finally, Aerodactyl, Sky Attack, Double Edge, Fly, and Swift. Now, speaking of legendary birds like Moltres, there is something worth noting about Moltres before we get into this. It was originally meant to have its own location, Mount Ember, which was supposed to be a part of the Sevi Islands, which were all supposed to be a part of the original games. They were taken out due to time constraints, but it was all added back into Fire Red and Leaf Green. So, with that all said and done, it's time to proceed to the Elite Four. Now you better be ready, because once you enter, this is the point of no return. You can save, but you are not leaving until either you lose, or you take everybody down. And for this first one, we're gonna put Raichu in the front. But with that, it's time to take on the first of the Elite Four. This is Lorelei, whom some of you might know in the anime as Prima, Master of Ice types. And that is actually accurate, because, yeah, when you're frozen, you're not getting out of it. As Moltres learned the hard way. Now, I'm taking everybody on at level 47, but here's the thing, you can actually do everything around the 40s. Because again, in Gen 1, the movesets kinda sucked. Thunderbolt. You critical now, Raichu? A little late for that. Whatever. Cloyster. Just to get a variety of Pokemon out here, let's get Machamp out. And we'll do Rock Slide, because why not? I mean, I could do Submission, but Rock Slide should probably be just enough. Wow, not even close. And thankfully Supersonic missed at least. Spike Cannon, I believe this is multi-hit as well. Wow, even a Submission wouldn't one-shot it. Super Potion. Okay. I mean, one Rock Slide might do it now. Not quite. And of course now Supersonic hits. Well, it's either I land this or I hit myself. I landed it. Awesome. Earthquake is so good. Anyway. Slowbro. You are a special tank, so I'm gonna have to send that Raichu and go for the Thunder. Right. Anyway. Yep, now it misses. And you go for Growl. Yeah, again, Gen 1 movesets sucked. This would definitely not be the case in Fire Red and Leaf Green. Let's leave it at that. Now Jinx, Ice Psychic. Actually a fairly good Pokemon. Now some of you might be thinking, why is Jinx's face black? That's what it originally was. It was changed to purple in every other generation because, well, let's see, I can't go into that subject. It's pretty obvious. Boom. Overkill Flareon? Yeah, but I don't care. Anyway, her ace in the hole, Lapras. Yes, each of the Elite Four have some kind of ace up their sleeve, much like the gym leaders do. In this case, for Lorelei, it's Lapras. And it's pretty easy to see why. Oh, Hydro Pump. This could be bad. This could be very, very bad. If I did less than I thought. Thunderbolt will do it anyway. Casualties have been fairly minimal. Alright, so let's see here. Hyper Potion on Raichu, and then on Machamp. Then rearrange the party a little bit. And I'm gonna refresh the recording after every single Elite Four member. Alakazam to the front. And back in a moment. Alright, time to move on to the next of the Elite Four. This is Bruno, Master of Fighting Types, and honestly the easiest of the Elite Four, both in this generation and in Gen 2, because he does make a return. We also do get one other returning face in Gen 2 as far as the Elite Four goes, and I'll leave it at that because I don't want to spoil who it is. So yeah, despite being a master of fighting types, this guy has an Onix. Let alone two of them. Yeah. One of them really should have at least been a Primeape. Hitmonchan. Let's get Blastoise out here just because he does need a level up. Or two. Well, they don't need to level up at this point, but I may as well, right? 2 Surfs will probably do it. Or 1! I actually didn't think Hitmonchan's special stat would be that bad. And Hitmonlee really won't fare any better. Ouch! Wasn't kidding when I said it wouldn't fare any better, but I didn't expect that! Yeah, 2 Onix, figure that one out. And we know how this ends by now. Yep. And his ace in the hole Machamp, which is going down like it's nothing. 11 levels above me, you're actually worth a Psychic. And you're still going down in 1 hit. I don't even think I needed the critical, but hey, it's overkill, I'll take it. Ouch. Well, just to prove my point, you're kind of easy. And with literally no casualties, I'll be right back. Right, next Elite Four member, go. And honestly my least favorite of the 4. This is Agatha, Master of Ghost Types. Yeah, I don't really care for Agatha that much. And if you're careful, this can be easy, but if you let her move, it can be a real pain in the ass. I rest my case. I got lucky. Now, here's the thing. She's claimed to be a master of ghost types, but I'd argue she's more a master of poison types. I mean, come on. Gengar, ghost poison. Golbat, poison flying. Hell, in Stadium she even has a Venusaur, grass poison. A Muck, pure poison type. So yeah, I'd actually argue that Agatha is more a Poison Elite Four member. That's twice in a row Confusion hasn't hit me. Well, I've been affected with Confusion, but I haven't hit myself. Put it to you that way. I'd say my luck has been fairly good so far, and I intend to keep it that way. Here we go, Haunter, Ghost Poison. You know what, I'll just use Psychic. I've got plenty of uses of this. Ouch! No other word for that! Now Alakazam gets a level up. Arbok, pure poison. Again, further proving my point. Alright, Machamp, let's go for an Earthquake. Screech. Although it doesn't matter since the only real good ghost type attack here is Nightshade, so... just for some move variety, let's do a Rock Slide. Screech. I mean, it really doesn't matter at this point. You critical now? Whatever. And her ace in the hole, Gengar. Well, her second Gengar anyway. This thing is a pain. I rest my case. Oh, that's why. Okay, I gotta give you props for that one, Agatha. That was fairly smart. Ouch! Perfect timing to at least get around the confusion, though. Perfect fight to get around the confusion. Holy hell. Nothing else to say indeed. So, no casualties again. This time, let's switch Raichu into the front again. And I'll be right back. Alright, it's time for the last of the Elite Four. And this cutscene is a hard lock. I'm not doing anything. This is it. Lance, Master of Dragon Types. Hard to catch, hard to train, but their power is virtually indestructible. Well, given that Dragon is only weak to itself and Ice, at least until Gen 6 when we gain another weakness for Dragon types in the form of Fairy type, yeah, Dragons were a pain in the ass back then. And yet you're leading off with a Gyarados. More of a pseudo-dragon if you ask me. Dragonair. Alright, Blastoise, now's your time to shine. 90% accurate Blizzard? Time for some Gen 1 exploitation. Ouch! Didn't even need the critical, I don't think. Another Dragonair. Now, I'm actually not worried about his ace because this is the point in the game where you can very easily exploit the typing ignorance. Aerodactyl. And Blastoise is really going to be taking out most of this. Takedown, huh? Alright, this should one-shot you. The special stat sucks for Aerodactyl. I rest my case. Now, time for his ace in the hole, and I'll explain why you can exploit it. Dragonite. I'm gonna send out Machamp. Note its moveset. Hyper Beam, Barrier, Agility, and Slam. There's a problem there. Because of the fact that Machamp is weak to Psychic, he will attempt to use Barrier and Agility despite the fact that they don't do any damage. And as such, that's all he's going to use. See what I mean? He will keep using that. Because of the fact that it's a Psychic type move, despite the fact that it doesn't do any damage. This is what I mean by type exploitation. Yeah, your level 62 Dragonite can be broken fairly easily. Sorry, Lance. You're cool, but... yeah, that was... pretty easy. One more challenge, huh? Another trainer? Wait, did someone else beat you before I did? That son of a bitch! Thinks he can show me up, huh? Right, before we go to our final challenge, I'll be right back. Alright, we fought long and hard, and taken down every challenger up to this point. It all comes down to this. The final battle. Heh. To think we've been one step behind you the whole time, you conceited son of a bitch. So I've seen. Interesting claim, but can you back that up? Well, there is that, I suppose. Well, to put it blunt, means you're the champion, plain and simple. Really now? Well, you've got a challenger right in front of you. So the way I see it, bring it on! And one of the best final battle themes back in the 90s, which still holds up to this very day. Yeah, I rest my case. Anyway, Pidgeot. Now, I don't think I should risk a Blizzard, because this thing knows Mirror Move. And if it decides to use it, it could potentially freeze me with a Blizzard right back at me. Alright, so with that, I basically confirmed its moveset, because in practice, I have never seen this guy use Whirlwind. Now I know his entire moveset. Wing Attack, Mirror Move, Sky Attack, and Whirlwind. Alright. But I question why Whirlwind, given it doesn't do anything in trainer battles like it's supposed to. Alakazam. This is honestly his biggest threat. Alright. Psychic, Psybeam, Reflect, Recover. Let's go for the Hyper Beam. Psybeam, that's gonna hurt. Ouch! Oh, thank God. But it better be enough. Yes, alright. Right on. Honestly, Blastoise is our best bet here. Go to it, buddy. Yep. We figured it would end that way. Gyarados. Now, if you had chosen Charmander, this would instead be a Blastoise. And of course, he would save his Blastoise for last. He always saves the starter for last. Go big or go home. Leer? Really? There we go. Arcanine, if you had chosen Bulbasaur, it would instead be a Charizard. Which is actually the easiest thing you would have, because that Charizard would end up knowing Rage. Yeah. Don't need to beat the horse to death at this point. You already know what I say about Rage in Gen 1. So Leer, Ember, Takedown, and Roar? My question is, why Ember and not Fire Blast? Or at least Flamethrower. Alright, it all comes down to this. Venusaur, if you had chosen anything other than Squirtle, it would instead be an Exeggutor. Now, I only feel that it's fitting that the two starters clash. Let's do this. Alright, the blizzard landed. Oh god, Solar Beam! Yes! Will it be enough? Yes! We freaking did it! Whew! At long last. Neither of us did in that respect. It was a good fight. Oh hey, Oak. Yeah, that was a tough road. You know, in a way, going through this all for you guys, it truly felt worth it. Well, he put up a good fight at least. Insert obvious meme here. Indeed. We all stuck it out to the end. And with this, we are now entered in the Pokemon Hall of Fame. Very true. With that, let's look at the team that brought us through here. Blastoise. And a big help all the way through. Raichu was a pain searching for you, man, but it was well worth it. Alakazam. Very difficult to catch and a pain to train, but again, well worth the time. Machamp came through in some very critical moments. Always a welcome addition. Flareon. Now you see how useful he is? Aerodactyl. A long wait, but definitely been a great help. Caught 33 Pokemon. Kinda did that already. But with that, that is the main game of Pokemon Generation 1. And as the credits roll, I want to say, this has been a blast to go through. I mean, I knew I'd eventually finish it at some point after getting a new PC set up, but man is this a fun time. It's been a fun ride all the way through. And it's always nice to go back and relive Gen 1, as outdated as it is. It's always nice to go back and relive the original Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. I do think Yellow is the best version of the 3. Well, of course it has to be, because you can get all 3 stars, you get references to the anime, and all of that good stuff. But even nowadays, it's still nice to go back to the original Gen 1 to see how it all began. And man, was this a fun ride. There's really not much else to say. But, with the credits rolling, and with us as the league champion, you might think we're done, right? Well, actually, no, we're not. There is still one final thing we have to do. Next time, on Pokemon Generation 1, the true finale. Until then, later guys.